The driveway seemed endless. The narrow pavement made its way through the center of fields of fruits and vegetables. As the barn came into sight, my heart began to pound, flooding me with a mix of anxiety and excitement. I had seen his picture and carefully watched his movement and style on video. The barn doors were open and he was standing in the middle of the cross ties. His ears perked up and his eyes were curious. I felt it. This horse was meant to be mine. Training him proved to be more difficult than connecting with him. His skittish personality and continuously frightened movements were different from any other horse I had ridden before. Pitchforks and even the slightest movements of my hand would cause him to tremble and then send him running. His behaviors could only mean one thing: he was previously abused. It was even evident by the scarring over his tail and hind end. It explained a lot. Before me, he had gone through several owners, but no one could ride him or deal with his unpredictable behavior. Still, I was undeterred. Everything had to be adjusted from the earliest stages of my groundwork with Henry. It took a personally unprecedented amount of effort, time, patience, and persistence to break him in. I had to be versatile and creative, altering my riding techniques to fit him. Like raising children, there is no infallible book to tell a parent the right way to do it. What works for one child, or horse for that matter, might not work for another. By learning to calm him instead of manhandling him, I began to chip away at his protective walls. Day by day, we built a foundation of trust. I would have to go to the barn several times a day to repeat each exercise, sometimes returning to have to start all over again because he would run before I could even begin. The line, 1 step forward and 10 steps back, was truly frustrating until we started to see progress. I had to slowly approach him with pitchforks to show him that they are not weapons anymore. He would stand there shaking and unsure of how to react. With tons of repetitive training, he was able to trust me. I did these exercises with a variety of different props, even just my own hands. Now, when I lift my hands, he no longer shies away in fear. Mounting Henry used to be a task that would require the strength of 5 people. Each time I would stand him near the mounting block, his head would rise and I could see his muscles twitch and feel his heartbeat on the side of my saddle. I kept working. I would mount and dismount multiple times throughout our rides to prove that I would not hurt him. Mounting is finally a task that I can perform on my own. The fear that used to be a barrier between us has slowly become our greatest strength. Our bond has proved that all things truly worth having take time. During his training, Henry needed to go off property to horse shows, trail rides, and lessons. This posed more problems for this insecure, nervous pony. Henry no longer had the security of his surroundings. Each field trip was like going to an unknown abyss. I would never know what would terrify him or what he would accept. Trip after trip, some good and some disasters, Henry learned to finally trust me. We became a team. I began to take him to horse shows. That too was a slow progression for this pony. The good thing was we could see improvements. I will always remember the show that we earned our first ribbons at. We pulled into the 4-H center that I have been taking him to every week. The ring was perfectly clear and in view, with the sun reflecting off the black footing. A roar of confidence came over me, and I knew we were going to have a good day. However, this confidence quickly diminished as we walked into the ring. Henry's head rose, and I could feel him get tense and begin to shake. Within the first few minutes, I hear a stampede coming behind me. This immediately sent Henry to the other side of the ring in fear. I was able to get his focus back as we continued to work. I thought our day was going to be ruined. Little did I know, Henry was just waiting for his moment to shine. We anxiously waited outside of the ring with the pool of other horses for our turn to jump. I went in with both of our hearts pounding. Once we got over the first fence, we felt great and relaxed. We exited the ring with a newfound confidence. We waited and watched as everyone else finished their course. Everyone tensed up when they heard the announcer come over the loudspeaker to deliver the results. I heard 6th place all the way down to 2nd. Then I hear, 1st place goes to Anni Henry. My racing heart continued to beat quickly because I was so excited and proud of this accomplishment. I immediately reached down to hug and praise Henry, something that I never thought that I would be able to do due to his past. Through all of the work that I put into my difficult project pony, I learned that not everything is easily solved. Perception makes all the difference as each person develops different views of life based on circumstances. No obstacle is the same and no answer is infallible. These are the gray areas in life that need a lot of work to get through, but are always possible. The biggest thing that came out of my experience was that determination pays off. When working as a team, each member has to balance the other's strengths and weaknesses. Since Henry did not have the confidence or courage because of his abuse, I needed to have enough of it for the both of us to make things work. From barely being able to mount him to becoming the winner of a class, the journey that Henry and I have shared reflects a combination of our best qualities that we have gained from the experience that we had together. In merging minds to achieve a common goal, we simultaneously developed as individuals. I have taken the blend of compassion and grit, frustration and dedication, strong work ethic and patience, and carried these qualities into every challenge that has been presented to me since.